Welcome to RVU, an RV Insider podcast where I will interview experts, icons, and influencers in the industry. Class is in session as we discuss all things RV. I am your host, Angie Morrell, and today roll call is with Doug Miller, who's product and sales from Fleetwood RV, and lead designer Mindy Cox from Fleetwood RV. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So let's first just talk about Fleetwood RV. I know that encompasses a lot of different brands. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. So Fleetwood RV, I would say Fleetwood family of RV is what we really are. We've got the Holiday Rambler brand. We have the American Coach brands. We have obviously the Fleetwood brands. Cool thing is in 2025 model year, we'll actually be celebrating our 75th anniversary. So
wow, 75 years.
Yeah, 75 years. So that kind of ties that whole Fleetwood family back together again. With the acquisition of Holiday a few years ago, we've always been American Coach. Just kind of brings that whole thing full circle and creates that family
so
of
American
of RVs.
Coach, Fleetwood, and Holiday Rambler.
Yeah, and they're all Class
together.
A's, all Class A motorhomes, and we produce anything from a small 28-foot Class A gas all the way up to a 45-foot luxury Class A diesel in the American Eagle line. So
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, these are two of my favorite people to talk to because I'm all about learning about what's new, what's exciting for the next year. So what are you guys excited for in the 2024 lineup?
Well, I'll kind of lean to Mindy on this, and we're always excited about new decors. As we walk our competitors, as we walk our products, we always feel we stand very tall against our competition, and that's a lot. That is due to what Mindy does and what she's able to create in the motorhomes with anything from our soft goods to our wood packages to countertops and appliances and fixtures and all that stuff. So I was going to turn it over. I'll turn it over to her.
Well, I actually think
that was a great intro.
Yes. The biggest thing I think is going to be our wood colors this year.
Ooh.
We have a new lineup of some darker tones. I know everything has been painted in light for a while, but we're actually starting to see more natural woods come back into play. We're introducing one that's fairly dark, but we're also pairing it with a lot of light colors to add a lot of beautiful contrast. And so, yeah, that's one thing that we're excited to launch. And we've probably got now that would be 4 wood colors for us, which we have. We kind of cover the gamut from the light tones all the way up to the darks. So someone comes in and, oh, this is a little light for me. Guess what? We do have that darker, warmer wood that some people are really after. So.
As lighting improves year after year, whether it be ceiling lighting, indirect lighting, under cabinet lighting, things like that, we can kind of lean towards those darker colors and not really be too afraid of someone feel like they're walking into a cave.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
So some of those dark colors really bring a lot of richness
They
into
do.
the coach.
Yep.
Or they can make a cave if you don't pair it with the right items.
So we're both very big on the indirect lighting, whether it be from a feature wall or from a toe kick or from behind an overhead or something, just to provide a little bit of life inside those coaches.
I also like to always bring up furniture. It's a very important aspect in the interior because that's where everyone hangs out and sits. And we've got some a couple cool new styles in the American Coach product. We've got a really more modern channel back sofa that we just have brought out, and I can't wait to
that's
show
exciting.
that off. Yes,
That's exciting.
yes.
I always tell people that's one of my features and benefits when I go into the Fleetwood family RVs is your furniture. I think that the Apex furniture kind of stands out and very residential looking,
Yes,
and
thank you.
comfortable, and just kind of fits into the RV nicely. So
Yes, and
Very
a
good.
great partnership with them as well. Apex is a great manufacturer for us, and very proud to have them.
Yeah, so
very cool. So what trends do you see? Because I know I get confused in actually what year I'm actually living
I know,
in.
I do
because
too. I have to.
I'm like, wait, because we're already talking about the next year. Because 24 is not good enough. It's just coming out. But I know.
I thought I was the only one that did that. I know. It's like we're in 24. Wait, is it 23?
Yeah, no, because we're always like, okay, when the 24s come out, and then what year is it? Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you're looking ahead, and for 25, do you see trends that are changing in the RV industry? Different things that you'll be bringing in, either decor-wise or feature-wise? And I know jumping
Yes.
ahead a little
Yes,
bit.
yes,
but-
and yes.
Yeah, let me kick something off there with the amount of research that goes in to find out what that trend is, and whether that trend be at a residential level, and we can find something at the kitchen and bath, where she always attends the KBIS. This past year, you attended a big marine nautical,
Yeah, it was
big
actually
boat show down in
Miami
Yeah,
Boat
so
Show.
tell me a little about those, because I think
Those
that's good
great
for people to.
inspirations,
It's
yeah.
a lot of
Mhm.
work to figure out what's coming next.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and guess right?
Oh, it was really, I had not been in a few years. So we kind of divided and conquered. Andrea, our other designer that works with us, she went to Kitchen and Bath Show. I chose to go to the Miami Boat Show, and really was very impressed with a lot of storage. They do some really unique things with storage and moving walls and things like that. Of course, lighting Doug touched on is like huge.
Yeah,
Um,
lighting does make a big,
yes.
a big
Mhm.
difference.
It's not how big the fixture can be, but how small, and like you just don't want to see it, and the lighting is bright enough to be able to offer what it needs. But just ceilings, a lot of very clean ceilings with integrated lighting.
Oh, I like that.
built
Like the
in.
linear lighting rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of linear lighting. So yeah, just to name a few, some of the wood tones were kind of what I touched on earlier, getting away from the high gloss and the light, the painted, more of the warmer, kind of back to.
So you back to like more wood grain.
I think you
cabinets or
kind of have
some-
to have a little bit of both.
Yeah, I
There's
do
a
too.
balance there.
Yeah, there is a balance.
With the introduction of the two new colors for most products, though, we've gone away from some of that grayish,
Mhm.
darker tones,
Yeah.
lightened that up a little bit to more of almost like a smoky ash looking color.
Oh, nice.
And then I wouldn't say we totally ditched the kind of our tonal brown color, but we went to a little bit darker, more of a coffee color.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you start pairing that up with some of the new finishes that the girls picked up, whether it be in Miami or in Vegas, the new brass colors are coming
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Yeah, we
antique
introduced a
bronze.
really beautiful package in our plumbing. It's called Champagne Bronze,
Oh, nice.
which is, very high-end residential feel, but we
Yep.
still offer black in case someone, thinks that's not up
Not
their
for
alley.
them.
Not for them.
Chrome. Yeah, we still have the
Chrome, we
Chromes are
still have
popular,
chrome.
some boards, yeah.
So trying to stay with all the finishes that are in trend right now.
So tell me how that. I mean, I know we talked a little bit about you go to the shows, but how does the whole design process work? So do you come up with a board first of kind of what you're thinking, or do you go to the shows and then you start building from there?
I'll take this one.
Yep,
Since
yep.
I feel like interior design, there's kind of the rules of design, and it's based on, the stages. Just like you would build a home. I mean, you start with the programming of where you want to build your home. But so we're looking at where we want to take this model and give it its own DNA, its identity. And then we start talking about, the floor plans and how those play into feature walls, which are very important. Everything you design has to make sense. It has to flow.
Right.
So you plan that, and then the next stage is, our vignettes. We have a really awesome design center, so we bring in samples, we build out vignettes, we have everything to scale, so we can make different changes to that. We can tweak it before we actually start looking at putting our coaches into production. So we're able to build out vignettes with our countertops, cabinetry, flooring, hardware, and really see everything before it actually
seeing it all together makes it
Yeah.
all come, and you're like, this
Yeah.
works or this doesn't work. That's probably where you
Yeah,
change
yeah.
your mind a little bit too.
So kind of
We
from
do.
concept to completion, one of the most exciting parts of my job when we interact is she's based out of Knoxville and I'm out of Decatur from the manufacturing facility, and she'll bring up her design boards, and then we get to start having some fun with tweaking things, or hey, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love this. That, and what do you think about that? Sweet. Then we have all the components in our design center we can start picking different
Yep.
things from. Or she'll take it back and she's like, we've got the perfect piece for this. And this
Yeah.
comes out and lays it right in. It's like, oh, that's it. That works wonders. Now let's
It can be
progress, so.
inspiration from a single tile or a color
Mhm.
of blue, and then you take it. One of our most successful interiors in the last couple of years was called Enclave, and it was kind of a coastal retreat feel.
Mhm.
Doug kind of had a vision, and so I took his idea and we started laying out mood boards and really kind of put everything together. And it was just really very well received by our customers.
Nice.
Yeah.
So sometimes those themes they can come from any place. Come from a TV show you saw, or a hotel you walked into, or a boat you happened to be perusing through, or whatever. So it's like we had what was it, the Swanky Lounge? We Swanky Lounge, one time we darkened up the furniture.
I was like, easy on that.
But it was kind of neat when you walk in. I think it came from some mobster movie or something.
That's cool.
That would be cool.
That's
So some of those things can be fun.
You find yourself walking into a restaurant or a hotel downtown Nashville, and I'm looking around at the ceilings and the walls, like you're always getting inspiration.
Oh yeah, it's crazy because a half hour ago we're out walking around out here, and I said, hey, I had an idea, and it was a ceiling concept, like the ceiling detail concept. I was watching a show that I had downloaded while I'm sitting on an airplane, and it's on Apple TV, and I'm like, that is an awesome ceiling concept. So I'm going through my phone out here trying to find it. So yeah, it was really fun. So
I haven't seen that one yet, so we'll see.
Oh no, well I'll be anxious to see if it was.
Don't give away the show.
Also, like fabrics, I know that plays a big part into the design too, and we've talked about the tile and the wood.
It does.
But there's so many fabrics. Like, how do you narrow that down? Just based off your kind of the theme that you're working on for that vignette, or
well, we really focus on having a little bit more high-end fabrics in our motorhomes and not just going to the RV fabric suppliers. So we want to have it look like something you'd see, like I said, in the Swanky Lounge or the hotel. Right. Yeah. So we work with some of our key fabric suppliers and zone in on what we want. And sometimes we actually work with them to create something custom, whether it's a woven that that color's maybe not just how we want it. So they can work on samples with us. And it's just a process as well. We don't have a lot of busy fabrics. I think if you have a nice feature fabric, that's really important, whether it be a splash on a pillow or a bedspread. But the trend is more, less is more. So, subtle textures.
Neutral, and then they can kind of make it their own.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, though, there's really no handcuffs. There's no place you can't go. It's like, hey, I want to try this. Okay, let's try it and see what it looks like. There's nothing like, oh, you have to stay away from this. That's way too risky, or that's too blah. It's just like wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, let's put it together and see what it looks like. And there's no handcuffs on that.
We want our customers to not feel like it's a love-hate.
Yeah.
So when you're walking in for the first time, you can imagine putting some of your personal things in there and it all working together.
That it will all fit and come together and be a beautiful, beautiful home for them. So I know we have fun jobs, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I know.
You get to make them, I get to sell them.
Yes.
So that's nice.
Want to get the most out of your RV lifestyle? Join AIM Club. This all-inclusive motorhome club connects you with fellow RV enthusiasts all across the country and guarantees you access to some of the best rallies in amazing locations. Members also get exclusive discounts on many valuable products and services to make RV lifestyle better. Learn more about all the benefits and fun of AIM Club at aimclub.org.
THIA by Proteng is a patent-pending advanced fire suppression system. In the event of an RV fire, the Proteng devices quickly and automatically disperse FM200, an extinguishing agent that covers the heat source and can prevent, suppress, and extinguish fires. THIA by Proteng systems are customized to each RV and consist of multiple self-contained devices that wind through specific areas of the RV that can be prone to fire. There's no better protection for you and your RV. Learn more at otrdistribution.com.
In the market for a new or new-to-you RV? Check out National Indoor RV Center's massive nationwide inventory. NIRVC has a wide selection of Class A, Class B, and Class C RVs. And their one-stop shop approach means you can count on their trusted experts for sales, service, storage, and more. Experience the NIRVC difference. Visit NIRVC.com.
So at NIRVC, we're all about the RV revolution. We really want the whole experience of RVing to be pleasant and wonderful for our customers. So as you are building these coaches, what are you doing to add to that RV revolution of in improving the RV experience for the end user?
From a manufacturing and production standpoint, some of the things that we have been actively changing in Decatur is just the culture of all of our associates, whether they're inside the walls in the office or outside the walls in the manufacturing process, or sitting in their office looking at things from a quality perspective, or a PDI transfer, or even going through the weight station to test drives, to water testing these things. Everything has a checkpoint. And one of the things that really has transpired on the culture side is helping all of our associates understand that they're providing a product for a consumer's lifestyle.
Yeah. They're building a house.
They're building
They
a
are.
house.
They're building a
on
house.
wheels. Yes, that's a great
Yeah.
way to put it. That's exactly right. And a lot of our consumers have saved their entire life to be able to enjoy an experience. And what we want to do is make sure that their experience in our coach is the best experience they can have. And if they do happen to have an issue, which these things go down the road and there's lots of bumps and bruises.
They're going to have issues. Let's be
So-
serious. If anyone has a perfect RV out there, let me know.
Yeah,
Because,
take your name, and make and model, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, but they get used. The coaches get used, and they drive all across this great country, all across North America, and that's what we want. We want them out there seeing stuff and riding down the road with our logo on the side of the coach,
Right.
and being proud of it when they step out of the door into the campground and go talk to their neighbors. Because our customers are very proudful people.
Yeah.
And the same way that we are proud of our homes or our vehicles or whatever, our kids, they're very proud of the RV. And to convey that message back to our facility in Decatur and our sister companies is a huge cultural shift. A lot of times it's, hey, let's move this coach from one station to the next and let's get it out the door. But we've really slowed things down. COVID during that time frame, the past 36 months or so, has been a little bit of a trial for everyone.
COVID really put us through the ringer, didn't it?
It did.
Oh, yeah.
It did, but it also forced you to go back and reflect upon those things that you may not have done the best at, and what can you do better at. So I think for us, it's the experience. It's creating something and allowing them to enjoy the lifestyle. I can't say worry-free because I'm driving a SUV and I'm not worry-free all the time.
Right.
Something could happen at any point in time. But as long as we put all of our blood, sweat, and tears into making this the best we possibly can, I think the end goal and the experience is gonna net some great results.
Absolutely. So what are can you tell some of those things that you implemented to help bring that, the technician that's building on the line, how do you convey that story to him and let him know that, what are some of the things?
So I think one of the bigger things that we've done is we've evacuated some offices out upstairs that may or may not have been used properly, and created an open environment and put a technical center in. So as part of the onboarding process, when we're bringing new associates in, they can go up. If they just came from a job that was not a hands-on or didn't require a tape measure or didn't require a screw gun or whatever, they can go up into the technical center and figure out what are they best at. Do they enjoy plumbing? Do they enjoy hooking something up like that? Are they good with their hands? Can they read a tape measure? Can they do those things that make a difference out on the line, instead of just onboarding an associate coming in, interview, do whatever,
and put them in,
and then throw them out there in something they don't want to do or incapable of doing? Now we know ahead of time. So you kind of set your bar a little bit higher on the expectation level, and then the end result has been much improved from what we were seeing before.
A perfect example of RVU in the plant. Because they're able to be able to.
No, that's perfect. You're a little almost mini tech school where they get to try out some. I always think, I look at schools today and say they need to have more
vocational stuff.
Yes, where people can figure out what they want to do.
Very true.
There's
that's just one. I mean, it goes well beyond that, because once they're on board and it's identified as to where they're going to be best suited on the manufacturing side, then it's part of cross training and making sure if someone's absent for a day, that person has the ability to come over and fill in for them, and we can keep quality products going down the production line without hesitation or hiccup. So,
well, you mentioned quality products, and that's what we all want. And you guys build a beautiful coach. So, what do you do once the product's finished to ensure that when you bring the coach to us, when we receive it at the dealership, that we've got a quality product that's ready, that the screws are all tightened and everything's ready to go? So, what's your cue?
I'll reverse a little bit and say how it used to be done in the past, and we can go back as far back as you want to, but quality was always inspected at the end of the line. That's always where
That's
someone,
hard.
that team is always there, and they're always trying to find all the flaws
All
in
their
this great
tape.
big 40-foot motorhome, and there's this tape strung up every
Yeah.
place with all the flaws. Well, what we've identified is if we can adjust the standards and we can make the quality better in station every time along the way. Our PDI team has grown, but just because of convenience and ease, we can cover more bases if we have a larger PDI team. And that's the pre-delivery inspection. You guys do a similar version here
Right.
at the dealership level. We also do it there. That team takes pride in what they do.
Yeah.
We'll also spot check. So as you know, I can't do it today because I'm down here, but if I'm in Decatur at the manufacturing facility, I'll grab my glasses and my earplugs and I'll go out and walk the PDI line. And I'll spot check them, or we call it squawking them. I'll squawk them myself.
Okay.
Or I'll grab 2 or 3 people. I'll grab a person from marketing. I'll grab a person from quality.
And you just start walking the coaches?
We start walking the coaches, and we basically are validating that, yep, they're still doing their job. And we find a few things here or there. I mean,
Well, they're built by
nobody's
humans.
perfect.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what we say all the
Yeah.
time. A
But
human
what
built
we
this.
used to find
but-
based upon that time frame compared to what we find today is night and day difference.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at more aesthetic things. We rely on them to functionally test the coach
Sure.
and make sure slide rooms are working and the fitting under the sink is not leaking or something like that. But just walking the coach and spending an hour and sitting down on the sofa and taking a few minutes and just looking around. You see a lot more stuff doing that than you just walking up and down the aisles of the
Right.
coach.
You have to
You don't
spend a
really
little
pick,
time.
Yeah.
So you can see something maybe under a sofa, or you can see
Or look up.
or look
You know,
up.
see a vent that's the wrong
Exactly.
color,
You see a
because
light
sometimes you're
picking
so
up.
focused right here.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
those things
But-
are all pushing us in that direction of providing the end user with the best quality piece that we can provide, and it works hand in glove with what you guys do here. I mean, we're a
Right,
great
right.
partnership because our expectations are high enough to where I want to deliver a coach to you. If it's not raining, you guys wash it up, stick it out on the front line. Someone
Hey.
can come tomorrow and take delivery of it. you
We
know?
want that too.
Yeah, yes, we all
Yeah.
strive for those same results and goals.
Right,
which is
right,
good.
and it's always fun. We've been able to partner with you guys a little bit and have some of our AIM rallies and
Yeah.
I
have
know.
coaches there, and we've got customers that have bought coaches at the rallies. That it's fun to see them pull up at the next rally and their
Yeah.
new coach
Yeah.
and be really proud of it and excited for.
So I mentioned the production and manufacturing process, but you're exactly right. I mean, we get a lot of good positive and sometimes critical comments coming back
Right,
about,
from the
hey,
rally.
if you would change this, it
Mhm.
may change my mind. Hey, if you guys thought about doing this. So when we're at your events and we're listening and talking to customers throughout the day
Yeah.
or throughout the evening, it goes leaps and bounds for us about taking some stuff back. And you can't always take everything back, but as long as you listen, you hear those things that keep coming up time and time again. It's like,
Yeah.
that probably makes sense. And we have a very receptive development team. So a quick email to them when I get back at night or whatever, and to say, hey, look into this or check into that, see if
Yeah.
you can do it. They
Pictures.
usually have an answer back to me by the end of the next day.
yeah,
So-
voice of the customer is
Huge.
very
Yep.
important.
Yeah. And we want to listen. We want to get better. Nobody wants to get worse.
Right, right.
We
You
want to
don't
get
wanna-
better every day. you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you've been Fleetwood family is going to be celebrating 75 years
Yeah.
next year.
Yep.
So do you have any insider scoop?
Did you
on-
start on day one?
I did. Yes.
We were just thinking.
Sorry, Doug, I could- we were
just turned 75.
He looks good.
He looks great for his
age.
Well, it's the lifestyle that keeps you.
Yes.
So there are some preliminary plans going on to do a little bit of a road show. So our I can't say new anymore. He's been there for a little bit over a year, but our vice president and general manager, Alan Farish, he's an awesome guy, and not just saying that because we're on camera here, but he is an awesome guy. He's made a ton of changes. A lot of stuff that we spoke about today are because of him. He came in, he installed a leadership program for all of our managers. He's completely, almost, I can't say single-handedly, but he's had a lot of a part to do with the changing of the culture,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
which is huge.
That is,
He's
I
a
mean,
huge
culture.
team.
That's a
Yes,
hard-
huge team player. You've met him. You get
Yeah.
along very well. He's
Yes.
an awesome guy. He does a great job, and he cares. He really, really cares about the business. He cares about the customers. He's redefined our principles that our daily principles we look at, and the number one thing is people and customers. That has to tell you something.
Yeah.
Is processes are way down here. People and customers are way at the top. So that's a really cool thing to do as well. So it's
Well, that's exciting. That says a
Yeah.
lot that you've been
Yeah.
around for 75 years. I
Yep.
mean, that's huge. And so we have lots of customers that are out there enjoying
Mm-hmm.
their, living the lifestyle in a Fleetwood Fleetwood, Holiday Rambler,
Or
American
American
Coach,
Coach.
all three. It's a mouthful.
Yeah,
That's why
it is.
Fleetwood
Yes.
family is much easier.
Yes, it is much easier. So as part of that, to kind of wrap things up on what he was looking at doing, his vision is to create some model year 25 coaches. And then I'm not sure if we'll do a wrap on those, celebrate the 75th
So you might have
year.
like some
A little road
exclusive-
show. Yeah, do a little
Oh.
road show and hit some
Ooh,
key
fun.
locations across the country. And then hopefully at the end of the year, we'll have a Fleetwood family event. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that
all
would
of our
be very
customers,
cool.
past and present, can come and see what's new
They're
and,
going to be exciting.
and get together and have our own big rally. We're not sure where it's at. We're still working out the details.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Stay
stay
tuned.
tuned.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't
Thank
tell
you.
you how great it is to visit and kind of get an insight to some of those key design factors and just the whole process. So from experts that have been doing
Thank
it
you.
for a while.
It's our
Yeah.
pleasure. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks for the
it.
opportunity.
Thank
Yeah.
you. If you want to learn more about today's topic, please hit the links below. Also, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please share it with others, write us a good review, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. We have lots of great content coming up. So for now, class is dismissed, and we'll see you on the road.